I'm so excited to be here with Roy Myers from Ultimate ROI Marketing, and we are going to cover some marketing strategies that really are designed for some innovation, some creativity, and show you how you can have what we call an appreciation campaign, which will really help maximize return for your online and your offline business. But before I interview Roy, I wanted to cover some things that I think you might find kind of interesting. This is according to a study from Harvard Business Review. The average company, I was astounded by this, loses 50% of its customers every 5 years. And the cost to replace them can be 6 to 8 times more expensive. If you were able to increase your customer loyalty by 5%, this is also from Harvard Business Review, you can add 20 to 80% to the bottom line profit of your business. And it seems much wiser, quite honestly, to spend money on keeping those customers rather than just spending your money on trying to acquire new ones. That used to be a pet peeve of mine when I used to have vendors call on me, and they'd be all excited, This is when I was back at Fujifilm. It also happened to me at Kodak and IBM. But, some of the vendors they would just treat you like gold in the beginning, and then once they got you, it was like on to the next. It just irks me. Had to add in my 2 cents on that. Here's another statistic. 68% of customers leave a business because they perceive that they really aren't appreciated. And you know what? Sometimes all you have to do is just say thank you, whether it's picking up a phone call or picking up the phone, making a phone call, but doing nothing more than saying, you know what, I want to thank you for your business. And if you do that, you can increase your business by 17%. Now, I know today, as much as I'd love to say I don't want to have mail, I've tried to, register on all these lists that don't send me this, kind of like when I unsubscribe from these email things that I get irritated with when people spam me. But very little of our mail today is actually personal. And, quite honestly, when I walk out to that mailbox and I do see a personal card addressed to me, you can bet I will open it up. And your clients and your prospects are absolutely no different. Now, for every month that we don't contact or communicate with our client, we lose 10% of our influence with them. But when you appreciate your customers and you make them feel important, they absolutely love to do business with you. I love this quote by William James. The deepest craving in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. And that's just not only for like a mom where I'd like to be appreciated a little bit more with my kids, but that also absolutely applies to business. But you know what? As photographers, you are, believe it or not, I understand a lot of you are saying it's a tough economy. I don't know how I'm going to compete out there with, all these newcomers to the market, people who are posting on Craigslist, and everyone's saying that they can be a professional photographer. But I will tell you, your industry is absolutely prime for an appreciation and a retention campaign. And why do I say that? It's like this lifetime value of a client. And let's just take, for instance, you have the opportunity to shoot an engagement photo, and maybe you're even lucky enough to have the wedding as well. And then they love you so much when they finally have a baby, they want to have you do the maternity shot. They never had those back when I did that. Plus, I had twins. Oh, my God, I would never want anyone to see my belly like that. I was like oh, my God, I don't even want to tell you what I look like. From the newborn shot to the 3, the 6, the 9-month. And then if they have another baby, okay, on to their childhood years. Then they graduate. And, let's not forget that beautiful family portrait. I mean, on and on and on. You have this opportunity to stay with them and capture their lifetime memories. And what better way, to really think about what you can do, but think about it in this way. Big question that you have is, do your existing customers think of you when their friends mention a need for your photography products or services? So if someone's sitting around and, oh my God, my daughter's getting married, do your customers say, oh, you have to talk to this photographer, he's absolutely fabulous, Are your customers posting on their social media sites what a great job you did? So if you did a wedding, are they coming on your page and saying, I just want to thank you, you made my day so special? More so, are you doing that to them? Are they raving fans of your business? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you want. But small businesses, quite honestly, often spend more of their time on what we'll call outbound marketing. They're advertising to attract new business, and they're ignoring the fact that they have a tremendous wealth of new customers at their fingertips just by building that relationship, showing them appreciation, and allowing them to be, in effect, your salespeople. And there's some great ways you can do this. Now, here's something I found really interesting. A recent study done by People magazine indicated that at the time a person reaches 21, they know 2,000 people on a first-name basis. Well, I can tell you that was not me when I was 21, because I grew up in a town that I don't even think had 2,000 people. But I can tell you that on Facebook, there's some stats that say that the average person on Facebook has 200 friends. I mean, that's published all over the web. So if we took that and we just did a little simple math, and we said, you know what? Let's say you have 10 customers, and those 10 customers, let's just even focus on those Facebook numbers, have 200 friends. You have the ability to reach 2,000 customers by them becoming a good referral for you. Here's a couple of things that I just had to point out. Sarah is a photographer, and she does absolutely a fabulous job. And what she's done is when her clients come in, she makes sure that she, jots down in her contact management system, what their birthdays are, make sure that if she shot their wedding, the day that they got married, and then she sets it up so that every year on the anniversary, she sends them a card just saying, I hope you had a wonderful day. And you can see that Jody immediately responded and said, just want to thank you so much for our anniversary card. Now that when Jody posted that, two things happened. When Sarah posted it, everybody saw it in Sarah's new feed. But when Jody posted that, and let's say Jody had those 200 friends, that was in Jody's news feed. So all of her friends could see, wow, look what Sarah did. This is another one. This is from a gentleman by the name of George Dean, and he actually sent not only just a thank you card after he had shot this person's daughter's pictures, but he added a little gift, some brownies, and they were just an unexpected gift. But what this woman said is, when I received, first of all, she said, we are so used to dealing in such a business manner that it was very refreshing to be treated as a person and a friend. And she said, when I received the box and saw the card with the brownies, it gave me a warm, fuzzy feeling. But the card with the kid's picture on it, so what this photographer did was, after he'd shot, he actually put the picture of the child on it, made me feel as though I had gotten a glimpse of what was to come when they were going to go see the actual shoot. And I was so thrilled that I canceled grocery shopping and sent my husband instead. I was so moved by that thoughtfulness that I felt I needed to share this with my family and friends. And in doing so, many wanted to know more about this great photographer that went the extra mile to treat us with such kindness and appreciation. That guy's got it right. Now, another thing that you can do in terms of, obviously, a lot of people, when they have testimonials, you might want to make sure that you've got them also up on your blog. And this guy, his blog, it goes on and on and on and on, all these people that just comment in on what a wonderful job they did. So you really want to do whatever you can so that you can get those kinds of referrals, those kinds of attaboys, attagirls. But let's get back to the human side of marketing, right? I mean, today's world with digital, sometimes I wonder, and I'm the social media, I love this stuff, but sometimes nothing's better than just getting a phone call or a nice card or, getting back to more of that human side of marketing. And there are still ways that you can do that. And that's what I call an appreciation strategy. Campaign marketing. So think about how you can campaign, but through an appreciation strategy. A little unique, huh? So let's talk a little bit about it. So retention is increased using this approach. And if you have that attraction factor and you find a creative way to connect in a human way with your customers about your company, you have that attraction factor. Whether it be, congratulations on your wedding, whether it be happy birthday, finding those really creative ways to just connect back at. Now, I thought this was kind of interesting, and some of you may disagree with my numbers, but let's just hypothetically say, and I was very, very conservative on this, that I'm talking about what I'll call the lifetime value of one client. So go back to those pictures that I showed you of the engagement and the wedding and the maternity and the babies. And let's just say that an average engagement session, and I didn't put any product sales in here. I just assumed the cost to actually do the shoot, a couple hour shoot, $300. And I got this number, one of the wedding websites. I should have put this on here, but the average wedding package today, they say, is $2307. That's what the average is going these days. In 2012, they forecast that to be the average budget for just the wedding photography package, not other things like photo booths and all that other stuff. The average maternity package, again, just going back to that, the actual shoot, the session cost for the shoot, no pictures, newborn, $300. And let's say that they choose to have, after the baby's born, a 3-month, a 6-month, and a 9-month. So that would be 3 times. Let's say, well, actually, 3, 6, 9, 12, let's say, first year. So that's $1,200. And then you have your family portrait that you'll get maybe for their Christmas cards or whatever. And then when one of the children, and so this is just like, having one, $300 for a senior portrait. So if you could be their photographer of choice on a client that has one child, you have the opportunity to have an income from that of $5,007. And then after that, the life cycle continues, hopefully, if they have a second child and a third child. I have 6. Oh my God, this is going to cost me a lot of money, and I love my photographer. But now let's say, and what I did was I took all of those costs, added them all up, and it came to $5,007, and there were 7 transactions, and I averaged them. So I'm saying, okay, so let's just assume that maybe they won't do all 7 with us, but maybe we'll be lucky to get 3 transactions, and we'll use that $750 average. The lifetime value of the client, $2,250. But what if that client refers you to another, and that one refers you to another? Okay? So even just having 2, one, Georgia refers my photographer to Lindsay. Lindsay has that lifetime value just with those 3 transactions. I mean, you do the math. It can be pretty significant. But what if you were able to get 1 referral a month? Just 1 referral a month. You have a potential referral source of $54,000. And if that average transaction value went up to $1,000, you have $72,000 referral source value. That's pretty exciting. So what are some techniques for you guys specifically for building your appreciation campaign? Well, yep, you can use social media. You can post that picture up on your Facebook page, tag by doing the @ sign, for the person that you want to see it. And in fact, this is really good. It says, what did they say? They said, unedited teasers straight off the camera. And you can see what a great photo. And then, it goes on and on and on, and people are commenting on it. And remember, that's all going in, who's ever commenting in that news stream. Over here from Tim Brown Photography, they actually, made a comment on what a great job this Benjamin Kitchen did. And he was kind of shy and everything, but they highlight them on their blog. Why not combine the old with the new? Not just the technical aspects, but also, we're not just the social media and email marketing and stuff like that, but also something a little bit more on the human side. But before I get to that, let me just say, on the technical side, less than 15% of business emails actually get opened. Less than 50% of business mails get opened. And greater than 90% of greeting cards, thank you notes, happy anniversary, congratulations on your baby, not e-cards, greeting cards, 98% get opened. That says something. So here's just a few ways that photographers can use cards to grow their business. 1, Send a thank you card. Thank you for your business. 2, here's another example. Thank you for a referral. And in fact, on this, you might want to say, I so appreciate you referring, Susie Jones to me, and you could enclose a $5, let's say Starbucks greeting card, or maybe do what George did and include some brownies. Send cards to customers that are satisfied, and ask them for referrals. Just say, I'm so happy that you enjoyed your shoe. If you know of anybody, we would love to have the business. Include a free gift. We talked a little bit about it. George did the brownies. You could put Starbucks cards. The list goes on and on. You could even upload, several of your customers' photos. Here's another one. Offer your customers the ability to design their own calendars, photo books, posters, or business cards. And you're going to say, how do I do that? Stay tuned. If photo packages include any future services, like a first-year anniversary or a baby's first year, through the system that Roy will talk about, you can send a reminder card automatically and set that up once in your contact management system and forget about it and have it done for you automatically. And, just the list goes on and on and on and on. And we already talked about that. But professional photography, as we all know, is a highly competitive market, more so than ever before. And while we know that photographers have the talent to take great pictures, and, they do a terrific job about that, there's a lot of competition. Wouldn't you really want to set yourself apart? Especially from those people that post on Craigslist. I'm saying that in all my interviews here. It's just, I guess it's a pet peeve I have. Anyways, so let's go a little bit further. If you do, you need to think about what type of content. You want to have something that will be memorable. Okay? You want to invoke emotion. And remember, we want those warm and fuzzy deposits in our EBA, our emotional bank account. And so what you need to do is think about a campaign. And this is the process of automating, doing the work once, so you can leverage it over and over and over. Okay? And the power of that sequence of that campaign. And continuity. You must be able to set it, forget it, okay? Because it can be a hit or a miss. And so whenever you're looking at any kind of system that you would do something like this, you want to be able to make sure that you've had it set up in an automated way. And then you walk away and those things just magically take care of themselves. Here's Melanie Ellsworth, and she's a professional photographer from Dallas, Texas. And she actually uses the system from Send Out Cards. And she said, I started sending out cards and received lots of positive feedback. Everybody loved getting them. And then when I got a referral, what she did was she would add in the $5 Starbucks card. And then she got 3 more referrals just from that one client alone. See what she's saying? The power of thank you and caring my clients made a big, big difference. But what she did was she says, I raised my prices to cut down the demand on my time. All right, so obviously for her, sending out thank you cards and those kinds of things absolutely worked for her. Here's another one, Turning Point Productions, and they said what they love about it is that they can store their contacts in their own little database. And basically it's an incredible source for the brides and grooms. And what they've actually done is they actually allow their brides and grooms to make their own products. And so once those contacts have been set by the bride and the groom, then all they have to do is enter the information in once, and they're good to go. They can send out their own shower invitations. If they want to send out wedding invitations or thank you cards or even Christmas cards, their contact database is actually built. I think that's pretty exciting. I already covered this, but again, the power of doing this type of thing and the way that it just invokes that emotion from the clients is just incredible. So if you're doing a good job with keeping track of your customers and your contact management system, you also want to make sure you know their interests. And why do I say that? Because once you know their interests, then you can send them a card with a link to an article that would interest them. So as you're sitting down and you're talking, and let's just say someone said, they love cooking or whatever. It could be let's say you found a great recipe. I know I'm kind of going out there on the edge, but a card doesn't have to be just about an event like a birthday or whatever. If you, let's say you're a photographer and you want to send something to, let's say, some potential senior that's going to come in, and maybe, in fact, there's this great site called Polyvore, POLVORE.com, and they have like a whole slew of different sample outfits. So they show the pants and the top and the scarf and the earrings and the necklace, even the nail polish and shoes. You know, you could send them a link to that. People are always looking for stuff like that. You could send a card with a GIF. We talked about that, like the woman did from Texas. Helpful tips for getting ready for their shoot, what to wear, what not to wear. A tip about don't wear this kind of makeup, it might get glossy. You know, list goes on and on. Or how to get ready for it. So, you know, your imagination can, I'm sure, come up with tons of ideas. But here's Andrea Pender Photography, and what she does is part of her package. Her package is pretty expensive here, $5,000. But what she also does, including her wedding coverage, she has 2 photographers. She did the portrait session. She has the bridal portrait session, a rock your dress portrait. You can see all these things here. And then what she does is she actually gives them a retail account to this thing that Roy will talk about, send out cards, where the bride can now have access to her pictures. All right. For you, the photographer, you know you gave them access to that. And now she can use them for a variety of different products and things that she may want to create on her own. Way cool. I love it. I mean, she could just take one of the pictures and send it to Mom. Thanks, Mom and Dad, you know, for such a beautiful wedding. Or she could send her bridesmaids a thank you card and attach a little gift. I mean, I get all excited when I talk about this. But, you know, here's a couple of things that you can do. Whether it's, you know, join us as we wed, which is, you know, example of a save the date card, announce, you know, a bridal shower, even right down to the wedding invitations, to actually even create the card that people sign up that they want filet mignon or porcini, mushroom, and asparagus lasagna. And then finally a thank you card. So that's kind of the example of what I mean by a campaign. Anyways, I've gone on and on and on, and now I want to introduce my very dear friend, Mr. Roy Meyer, and he is a marketing specialist and co-founder of the Ultimate ROI Marketing Company.
So, all right, guys, we are back. We are live from WPPI at Las Vegas. We are at live.digitalphotographycafe.com. If you're watching from there, go down to the bottom, right down here, right to the bottom of the screen. Click the little blue button that says Enter, and you can enter to win a lot of awesome prizes, thousands of dollars of prizes from all of the great sponsors that we have.
Yes, and we're back, and we're here with George McCabe, of course, and Roy Meyer from Ultimate ROI Marketing. So we're gonna talk about what Ultimate ROI does. Georgia does some work for them, and they're really fantastic service for photographers. So Roy, why don't you give us an overview of what Ultimate does?
Well, you know, we actually are a full system marketing company, but you know, we're really here to focus on the photographers today, and you know, unfortunately, you know, we're all kind of caught up in this lightning fast pace of digital and electronic age, and you know, everybody's kind of lost that personal connection and staying connected with their clients. And so we're gonna focus on a little bit of that today. You know, kind of how to stay in touch, and even not so much about staying in touch or making that first impression, but also about how to stay in touch. You know, how to focus on building the lifetime value of that customer that you have. Because what happens a lot of times, you know, people make that initial connection, but they never follow up with it, and they lose sight of how powerful that is. So we're going to kind of go into some strategies and some great stuff on that today.
Very cool.
We call it an appreciation marketing.
Yes.
Right.
You know, and yeah, I'm like, you know, social media, but there's
You are
nothing.
the sensei.
She is the sensei. So.
But what I love about, and just a little background how I met Roy, I was out in San Diego at a very large event and got to talking. And Roy is a speaker and presents at a lot of major conferences. And we started talking about this appreciation campaign and how he's used that for some other like local, like I call them solopreneurs, whether they're real estate agents or, you know, mortgage brokers or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, with what I sat there and thought, oh my God, photographers need this.
But it really just boils down to, I don't care what industry it is, this appreciation campaign concept can really work.
Yep.
So we kicked around a couple of ideas, and I said, for photographers, the lifetime value of a client is significant. And a lot of photographers worry about how they're going to go out and get new clients. Right. Well, how are you going to nurture
your
existing clients?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's one of the main problems, not only with photographers, but most of our clients is, they typically will work just deal to deal, transaction to transaction. They're always focused on the next deal, but they're never focused on what is the lifetime value, building out that relationship with that customer. What are you doing to follow up? And we just had a conversation with a couple of photographers a little bit ago, and we asked them, what are you doing for your follow-up? And they said, we don't do anything.
Right.
And they fully admitted they're going, like we want to, we get too busy, we don't think about it. Yeah. We really have a system in place to do that. And just admittedly said, hey, we know we're leaving money on the table. And over the lifetime value of that client, who knows how much money that really is. So, that's one of the big key problems is people, they don't know how to follow up. They don't really know that they should. They get too busy. They don't think about it, and they don't really realize what they're losing out on.
The expense, right, to get a new client in comparison to keeping a client is actually huge.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
And in the educational segment that I did on this, I talked about, the number of emails that never even get opened. People are feeling that they're being spammed, but with some techniques that Roy has, 98% of the people, if you even just think about pick up the phone and say thank you, or send a card saying thank you, it makes a difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
We were meeting with Scott and Adina, and Adina said, I used to always, when we were small, write a nice little thank you note, and I don't do that anymore because I don't have time.
Right.
And I know I need to do it.
Right.
And but Roy's company kind of kicks it up a notch in terms of not only just to say thank you, but how to stay in touch. And I think the comment that Adina said, she captures not only their name and their address, but their anniversary and their birthday.
Right. Well, that's a great technique. I mean, we've actually talked about that before because, just because you photograph somebody's wedding doesn't mean you're done. Odds are pretty good there might be a baby coming along. And you got some baby portraits. A year later, there's anniversary portraits and stuff. So there's really a lot of follow-up that you can do in this industry. And absolutely, I mean, make a general statement that, photographers in general are more on the creative side, less thinking about the business side. That's not the fun stuff. The fun stuff is shooting. It's doing the work in the computer and being creative.
Right.
And in reality, the majority of your business needs to be focused around business.
If you can't do it, you need to get someone that can do it, right?
Exactly.
To be able to foster those.
Or get a system that does it for you, even better.
Yeah, which leads me to, can you talk a little bit about the system approach that you folks have used?
Well, yeah, what we found is actually the system we use for kind of our appreciation marketing campaigns, as we call it, it's called Send Out Cards. And, we absolutely love it. It's a great solution for almost every niche, but is an absolutely perfect fit for the photography industry. It's a fully automated system that uses personalized greeting cards and gifts to stay in touch. It's a great follow-up system. As soon as we started using Send Out Cards in our business and our clients' business, we quickly realized that, hey, this is not only the missing piece of the puzzle that we've been looking for, but it's really the key piece in establishing your long-term success. So that's the system we use. Without fail, when we do send out cards with our clients' businesses, immediately their businesses begin to flourish. They build their relationships with their existing new clients. They get built much stronger. They get built much faster. Their referral base goes up tremendously as well using this system. So that's a system that we use. Without fail, it helped every one of our customers that we've worked with in the past. People love getting cards. They love feeling like they're appreciated. They all too often, you get the job and then you never hear from somebody again. So the fact that you can follow up with a card, they know you're appreciated, they know that you've gone that extra mile to take care of them, and it goes a long ways in keeping them for a lifetime, client or customer.
And this is tangible,
exactly.
Right? It's something that you're getting, you're smelling, you're hoping, it's something that's like magazines. Getting that card compared to sometimes an email that's a little bit more impersonal, just getting something, it's wonderful. And if you can personalize it, 100 times even better.
Right.
Yes.
And I love it because, now with social media, even like Facebook, that when someone gets a card, they respond back and say, how thoughtful of you to have sent that to me and remember my anniversary a year ago. You know, and the photographer puts a picture of the photo they did, or happy birthday to your son. You know, I can't believe he's 2. Or whatever, and so people put that, and then that gets seen on everybody else's news feed. So it's showing that you have that more human touch, you know.
Absolutely. You know, there's something in the power of opening a card. You know, everybody gets the Facebook, you know, posts or the tweets or what have you. There's something about getting a card in the mail, you know, that just takes, you know, the excitement of opening the card, the excitement of seeing what's in there, who it's from, and it really just kind of takes your level of respect to another, you know, another level for whoever sent that.
Sure, it's personalized, and even if your past client doesn't have the need for your services right now, they're going to be thrilled to get that card. They're going to be so excited about you, and they think, oh wow, what a great guy, what a great photography studio, you know. Man, I haven't worked with them in a year since our wedding, and they remembered our anniversary.
Instant referrals, right?
Yeah, instant
Absolutely.
referrals. Absolutely. Now they got a nice warm fuzzy feeling about you again, and they're going to start telling all their friends. You know, maybe they have somebody else that's getting married.
Well, you were talking to Scott and Adina about an idea where basically, even before they come in to see the actual shoot, well, you go ahead and explain.
Well, yeah, even before somebody comes in to see the shoot and they've shot their photos, you know, sending a immediate card with one of the pictures from the shoot, you know, build up that excitement for when they're going to come in and do some selection of their photos and what have you. Very, very powerful. You know, and it's another step of just building up. This is what it's like to work with me. You know, and many times we even have photographers or people in our client base going into an appointment saying, hey, we're going to send a card to say, hey, we're looking forward to meeting you, we're looking forward to working with you, even before they may have done the shoot. So, you know, just really powerful stuff. You know, people just love it, and it really kind of grows your relationship instantly, you know, when you do that. You know, people get excited to work with you. And, you know, one of the things that we really love, too, about sending out cards is, you know, they've just revolutionized how to send greeting cards and gifts. You know, there's not another system like it out there. You know, you can choose from thousands of cards that are already pre-built. You can build out custom cards and campaigns on your own as well. You know, they've got templates. You can upload photos. You can add GIFs. You know, many times I know a lot of the photographers that are already using it, you know, they'll do a follow-up on a shoot with a thank you. Maybe they'll include some kind of a gift card, or maybe, you know, some kind of a brownies or something else, just to kind of show their appreciation. Just kind of take it to another little level. And one thing that's great with the system, you can do that at the touch of a button. You know, this is all fully automated. You do it from your laptop, and, you know, it's very, very easy to do. You can set up gift accounts, you know, for your clients to use the system. And, you know, we're going to
That one excites me.
Yes.
For photographers, that one excites me. Imagine that you've just done a shoot, and you give a gift account to the bride, and she gets, you know, either maybe the engagement photos or some of the photos from the wedding, and then she can go in and create a thank you card to her mom and dad using one of the pictures, or
That's
you know,
great.
or one, you know, a special one to maybe the bridesmaids and include a little gift. You know, but
So you can do one-off cards. You don't have to
exactly,
do a
that's
series
the
of
beauty.
them.
That's the beauty.
It's really nice. Yeah, because you know, traditionally, I mean, there's lots of printer services that you can use that will fulfill cards, but you've got to order a lot of them.
Well, that's what Adina said. She said, I want to be able to just send one with a
instead of-
particular picture or whatever, and that's what I love about it.
And I think I like this whole idea. It's awesome, just for the fact that you are different than the next photographer. And you know, today we know that not only do you have to be a stellar photographer, but you have to stand out from the crowd, right? So I always say, you know, my famous, you know, mediocrity is dead. Be stellar or be nothing.
What are you doing to stand out?
So, yeah, what are you doing to stand out? I think this is a great way to stand out. It's fantastic.
You know, and the other thing it allows you to do is these aren't just generic cards that are going out. These are personalized cards in which you can upload your own handwriting style, your own handwriting font. You know, at the touch of a button, you can personalize these cards. Whether you're sending out 1 or 500, at the touch of a button, it'll personalize to everybody that's in your list. So, you know, great system. You know, we use it a lot. So
They have a fantastic like database contact management system. And going back to that example we just used where they could gift it to, let's say, a bride, think about it, right? The bride's got her, you know, her wedding list, right? Who she's inviting to the shower, her bachelorette's address, all that's in once. And literally she can just go in and just type in the person's name, everything pops up. It's one button, and it goes. So I'm really excited about it.
So yeah, when you hit the send button, I mean, it takes care of everything. It stuffs the card in the envelope. First of all, they print the cards on the highest quality paper with the highest quality printer, so they're high quality cards. But then, touch of a button, you hit the send button, it puts the card in the envelope. It addresses the envelope. It puts a real stamp on the card.
Wow.
And then it sends it out for you the next day. So
I like that.
A
real stamp.
A real stamp.
That's important.
They got somebody licking them over there.
Because when you get a card, if it comes up with the bulk mail postage, you're like,
exactly.
This is
gotta be garbage.
And it goes into the trash bin. But a real stamp is key. I like that.
Yeah.
That's powerful. That's
the other thing I think that's cool for photographers, again, going back to that gifting concept, they choose what pictures that they can give to the bride, right? And I mean, today brides are all asking, and whether it's brides or seniors or court, they're asking for these digital files, and then we don't know where they go to get printed. We don't know which ones they're using. And we were also talking about the ability for the photographer to put his brand on the back, so that it's great free advertising as well.
That's right.
Yep.
So that's it. As soon as the digital files get out in the wild, you don't know. That's why so many photographers are so resistant. I mean, not even so much a matter of their copyright or a matter of they're losing money, let's say, but it's their reputation. I mean, they create an image, and that image, you give them the digital file, and then they go and print it on some junky machine that's not calibrated, or it's running low on ink, and now the picture looks like garbage, and then they're calling up the photographer saying this looks terrible. So that kind of takes that whole thing out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it expensive, Roy?
No, it's funny, and George, I know you're using it already, but I always love the expression on people's face when I tell them that they can use this incredibly powerful system, to make a difference in their business immediately for less than the cost of a cup of coffee a day. And we're not talking about expensive Starbucks coffee. I'm talking about cheap store-bought, get it out of the can coffee.
Right.
So for only $9.80 a month, you can get started with this. And that gives you all the bells and whistles. You can upload photos immediately. It gives you access to the contact management system. You can create your own custom cards and campaigns. You can upload photos. We use a lot of video cards, not e-cards, but video cards.
Right.
You get, this is, at $9.80 a month, you get access to the whole entire system. And now it works on a point system. You get X amount of points for $9.80, but for that you're going to be able to send out about 6 or 7 high-quality custom cards.
Sure, that's great.
And you can personalize them. You can upload you have your database. So people are just shocked when they hear that. And, they really don't believe it. And actually, before you go any further, I'd actually encourage your audience to give it a try. Go to our website at www.ultimateroimarketing.com. We've got a short real video that explains the process, how you can sign up for a simple retail account, $9.80 a month. Give it a try. Sign up for an account. It's $9.80 a month. There's no long-term commitment. There's no contract to sign. It doesn't get any easier. And so we've got a video on there. Check it out. Sign up for a $9.80 month subscription. Upload some photos, and send a few cards out to your past clients or your current customers.
Absolutely.
And I guarantee, watch the results you get, watch the feedback you get from somebody who haven't gotten that card from you. I mean, it's incredible, and it definitely be a boost to your
My
business.
Starbucks coffee cost me $8 today.
Please.
Where did you go?
It's a lot cheaper than the Starbucks coffee. So
That's really good.
But yeah, I'd encourage everybody to do that. And actually tomorrow we've got a couple of great sessions as well, and we're going to dig into a little bit more detail, specifically how photographers really use this in their business. And so for the people who sign up for that retail account today, they're going to get access. They're going to be ahead of the game as far as getting into some of the details that we're going to be sharing tomorrow. So, once again, I encourage them to go to our website, check it out, sign up, because tomorrow we're going to give you some great information, some great tools how to use it, some great templates and systems, and you're going to love it. So,
Fantastic.
Very cool.
So we'll
thanks
see
so
Roy back
much.
here tomorrow.
yeah, and just one other thing, I'd encourage everybody to make some comments. Check out our page and give us some likes, or check it out, make some comments, and then also we've got a great contest on our Facebook page. We're giving away some great gifts, so I'd really encourage everybody to check out our Facebook page. register for those gifts. And then I can't say much now, but we are going to be making an incredible announcement tomorrow. We are so excited about it. I can't say much more now because we're about out of time, but I would encourage your audience, don't miss out. This is something that will have a tremendous impact in their business, and I can't wait to make the announcement tomorrow, so make sure they stay tuned in.
When there's no more NDA, we'll make the announcement.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate you on the show. It was wonderful. Thank you for coming. It's great information. It's something that I want to try right away because I know I just don't have time a lot of times to have that continuous interaction. And if something can do it just easy, much easier for me.
It's definitely worth looking into.
Plus, people would love to get your photos, John.
See?
Yeah.
That's right.
That's the key, right?
What are you doing for follow-up?
I know, right?
We don't want to go down there. We've been talking about that.
Yeah. So anyway, well, thank you guys.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Great
Great having you on the show.
All right. See you guys.